How are you?
Can
You
you see
good?
me? Can you hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you clearly. You're
I
good.
like the music at the beginning.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? You're good?
I'm
How's the day?
good. Having a
You're
good
blessed?
Sunday. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm good as well. Very, very blessed and good. I think we lost her.
Okay,
All right.
that's because I
Now
wanted
you.
to add volume on my phone, and I locked my phone instead.
Okay. Okay. But I'm just going to increase my audibility as well, so
All
that
right.
we can actually begin. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
guys, definitely welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I actually have someone super, super special. Definitely, Klaudia is actually one of the people I really look up to, especially when it comes to fitness and also being a coach. So, guys, definitely we are here to learn so much. And definitely, if you're actually following her right now, you definitely know she's really grinding it out. Yeah, she's really, really grinding it out. I see she's pushing with Snack UG. You know, I actually followed the page before I followed her, and
Really?
I was like, hey, who's really behind this page? You know, and I was really, really impressed. I was really, really impressed. So, and when I actually got to find out it was actually you, I was even happier. You know,
Thank
so
you.
definitely. I believe people actually can get so much value from this interview. Of course, me and you have talked a little bit, but definitely, I know you're ready. Yeah, you're ready?
I am definitely ready. I am ready whenever. You can wake
Awesome.
me up in the middle of the
Awesome.
night, and I can answer all your questions.
All right, that's cool. Awesome. So maybe just for the people who are actually connecting to us right now, drop the location where you're at, and also maybe an L if you're seeing this live, or if you're seeing it in the replay, you can drop it in the comments. Yeah. So Claudia, I just want to start with one question first, the very first
Yeah.
question, and it's actually a simple one.
Go ahead.
Um, someone just said you look familiar from TikTok. Do you have a TikTok account?
Yes, I do.
Uh, Awesome. We'll definitely mention all your handles at the end. Yeah.
Well, my
So
TikTok is
Claudia,
not related, but it's more for fun.
yeah. So Claudia, who are you and what's your story?
Phew. My story is very long, but let me cut it short. So, yes, thank you for the introduction, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this today. As I said, when it comes to fitness and health, I'm always excited to talk about it and you know, spread the knowledge that I have with people. And so pretty much my story goes back to Denmark. I originally come from Poland, been living in Denmark the last 10 years. Where I was, you know, working a corporate job, and then meanwhile I've developed passion for fitness, which pretty much started even during my studies because I gained weight and was trying to lose it. Then I've developed this addiction, you can say, to fitness and healthy living and healthy eating. And I got so much into it that I decided to, you know, turn that into my career and professional life. So when I first started with running classes and teaching classes, and I quickly realized that I couldn't really influence people's lives personally because you can never, you know, have control over who comes to your classes, who will come back, you know, how often they'll come back. And when I realized that, I got some other courses and education to work individually with people one-to-one. So I've been doing personal coaching, group coaching, fitness classes, weight loss boot camps, corporate wellness programs, anything pretty much that, you know, that you can think of within health and fitness. And in February, I came to Uganda with my husband, who is Ugandan. And we're here to see whether, you know, Uganda is a place for us. So far, so good. But so in Uganda, I'm pretty much on the same mission of, you know, sharing my passion about fitness and health and educating and inspiring and motivating people to living a healthy lifestyle. So that is a very short story of of Klaudia Kaliisa.
Yeah. Definitely welcome to Uganda. Welcome to Uganda.
Thank
We're very,
you.
I don't know if you've actually learned the language. Yeah?
I learned a few words in Luganda, but that's it. And they're
That's
not
it.
health related.
All right, cool. So the second question I had for you was, tell us about your training style and your training philosophy.
So, you know, fitness, health, nutrition is you know, it's a combination. And I don't work out with you just to work out without me teaching you, you know, the tricks, like when it comes to nutrition and the mindset. Like it always has to be a combination of all of that together. So whenever I get a client and we work one-to-one, we first, you know, do an interview, and I learn about your lifestyle, what you do for a living, who you live with, where you eat, because all of that matters, you know, on the journey itself. So we always have that that first interview where I pretty much get to know about you and your life, to know how I can adjust the program for you. And then that first interview is also for us to see whether we are a match, because you can't be working out with someone for the next 3 months if you don't like the person, right? So it's always, you know, we always have this first meeting to see whether there's a match, for me to see what kind of a lifestyle you've been having so far, how we can adjust that, how we can change that. And I always try to make it suitable for you, right? So if it's a woman with 4 kids, it's definitely going to be a different way I'm training with that person than, you know, a single girl of 25 who, you know, has a part-time job and a lot of free time. So for me, it's very important that whatever I'm doing with you fits your schedule and fits your lifestyle. Second of all, yeah, as I said, I can't just come and work out with you and then let you eat whatever you want to eat. Like, this just doesn't work out for me. It always has to be, you know, a combination of both. And then it's also very, very important for me that you are having fun. Like, if you hate doing burpees, I'm not going to come and make you do burpees every time I come to train with you, because at the end of the day, you will end up hating the workout, or maybe even me. So it's always important for me that you're enjoying it and it's fun. And in the meal plan that I'm giving you, I'm more teaching you how to eat healthy, how to, you know, sustain that lifestyle. If you're going out with your friends and there's a buffet, how do I eat without really restricting myself so much? Because if you're on a very strict diet, let's say for 4 weeks, there's a very, very high chance of you giving that up in the 5th week and just going all in and eating whatever you want. So it's very important for me that it suits your lifestyle, it's sustainable, and it's not really a nightmare. It's really important for me that you enjoy it, and we can adjust things that fit your lifestyle, if you know what I mean. Hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it actually does. It actually does. So
Perfect.
my other question would be, so we are all in a lockdown right now. Of course, maybe we
Yes.
have curfew and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And most gyms are closed according to the government like initiative, you know, to actually curb
Yeah.
the virus. So how can someone still achieve their fitness goals from home, you know, without the gym being open? Because I know a lot of friends of mine are actually suffering right now with that. So I don't know what advice you can actually give us on that.
Yeah, I do know a lot of friends of mine who suffer because of that particular reason, and I myself also suffer as well, because I don't enjoy working out at home. I feel like it's much more fun, and for me personally, it's much better to be working out at the gym, right? But it doesn't mean that if the gyms are closed, we cannot do anything. First of all, when it comes to health, fitness, nutrition, 70 to 80% of whatever you're doing is your diet and your nutrition. And then the other 20 to 30% is actually working out. So if someone is really trying to lose weight, you don't necessarily need a gym for that. You can make adjustments into, you know, in your diet and your nutrition, and then maybe work out 2 to 3 times at home. And there's so much things that nowadays we can find online. You know, there's so many people doing workouts on YouTube. There's so many people sharing videos on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. So there's so many ways, and you don't even need equipment. All you need is just some space and data to, to watch YouTube. And there's also a lot of people doing, workouts for beginners, workouts for advanced, fitness freaks. So there's really a lot of content available out there that is also free of charge. So even once the gym open and maybe you can't afford going to the gym 5 times a week, then there's so much content out there that you can really choose from. So it's really all about the mindset and the motivation and how, determined you are to, to put in some effort into working out. But as I said, it is actually, you get more results from diet and from, having your food on point rather than working out. But I'm not saying that you should only eat healthy and not work out.
Yeah, I completely get you. I completely get you. I was about to text you and tell you, hey, it looks like I just need the diet plan and I'll be good to go, yeah?
It definitely gives more results, but so imagine a person that's a little bit more overweight, right? Yeah. So a lot of this fat can be shredded and burned by the right diet, but then you have like the skin hanging, here and there. So that's where actually the workout comes in, because it helps you to shape and tone the body and the muscles.
Yeah. So one thing that you just talked about was body types a bit, yeah. So now, like me, I'll say I'm thin by nature. I'm like slender, yeah. Mm-hmm. So most people sometimes they jump on these free tutorials and they this free information, and they're doing workouts. They're having diet plans that are not quite for their body type, yeah.
Yeah.
How would you advise someone to actually go ahead to actually first find out what their body type is, or maybe you can just share more about body types and let's say like working out?
So yes, there is definitely a lot of free content out there, right? And when you don't have the knowledge or the expertise, you'll just, type in a meal plan for weight loss and you'll just get whatever is out there, and then you'll try to, do it for yourself, and it might, not work out, or it might not be successful. So I think the best that I can advise is to really have a talk with someone, with a professional, whether it's a personal trainer or a nutritionist, so that you can get, what is it called? What am I trying to, there's a word that I'm looking for. A tailored plan, like, whether it's a meal plan or a workout plan. So I imagine that for you, it's not really easy to put on weight or lose weight, right?
Not easy at all. Not easy at all.
Yeah. So in such case, you'll probably have to put more attention into strength training and working out, and then, increase the protein and carbohydrates in your diet to actually be able to maybe grow a little bit, if that would be your goal, right? I believe you don't want to lose weight.
No, not at all.
Not at all. So it's I think it's very important to get an advice from a professional that can, really sit and talk with you and analyze this entire journey. Like maybe, asking questions like, have you always been overweight, or is it something that happened after the pregnancy? Or, you really have to go deep into someone's lifestyle to understand what is happening and what's been happening and what can be done to help that person.
Yeah. Okay, so my other question is probably around how long would it take for me to actually see the results? Let's say if I started like on average, how long does it usually take for someone to actually start seeing the results from their workouts?
So this is pretty much a question that I get every time I get a new client.
Yeah.
And my answer is always, I don't know. And that is because, first of all, I don't know how much. Even if I give you a meal plan and I give you a workout plan, I don't know how motivated you will be to actually do what I'm telling you to, right? Yeah. Second thing is, I might give you a program to you and to your twin brother, looking at the exact same way, same height, same weight. Yeah. And for you, it might take 5 months. And for your twin brother, it can take 2.5. because we all have different bodies. And I've tried it, you know, a few times where I had a client where the first maybe 2 programs worked very slowly. And then, you know, like we would try it for 4 weeks and we see like the progress is not, you know, that fast. Then we make a small change, add maybe a workout more per week, and maybe, you know, reduce on the carbohydrates. And then it's still very slow. And then in the 3rd month, you know, we adjust again, and then it just goes like extremely fast. So it's all about, you know, learning how the body works. It could be that, you know, a woman has been already pregnant twice, and for her it's much slower than, you know, for a girl that's never been pregnant. So it really depends on your lifestyle, depends on your commitment, on the effort you're putting in, and I really can't say whether it's going to take a month or 3 months, because it all depends on your work, on your lifestyle, and yeah. So I can't really answer that question.
No, you really hit the nail on the head, yeah. So maybe you talked about motivation, yeah. Maybe just from me to you, yeah, I would actually ask, how do you keep your clients like motivated? Like, because I know so many people start but they never finish, you know. They start but they never finish.
Yeah. So there's one trick that I have for my clients, which I would, you know, recommend other trainers out there to do that. When I have a consultation, usually I do the first consultation free of charge with my clients. And on that consultation, we speak about, you know, the person's experience and lifestyle. And then I come up with, you know, what we're going to do. We're going to work out twice a week. You know, I'm going to give you a meal plan, and all of these things are going to happen. And then I always commit them to buying 10 hours. And that is because when you pay for 10 hours of training, you know you've paid and you've used your money, and now you want to get this money back. I never do this thing of like, you train, you pay me after the training. Because I know next Friday, you'll be feeling lazy. Then next Monday, your child will get sick. Then something will, you know, pop up at work. So this is actually my way of committing the person. Because I know once you pay for your 10 hours, you'll actually want your money back. You'll be like, I paid, you know, now it's out there, I have to go. So this is what I do. And I also have a 6 hours cancellation policy. So if you like an hour, you know, it's so often that like an hour earlier, you're like, oh, I'm just so tired, you know, I've been at work, now it's 6 o'clock, I have to go and work out. Let me just cancel. So I do 6 hours before. If you cancel 2 hours before, you're missing that 1 hour. So this is actually how I keep my clients motivated. Unless it's like something very, I don't know, urgent, and you had an accident on the way or something, you know. I always consider such things. But this is actually how I keep my clients motivated. So I would also suggest, if you can afford paying for a whole month of membership, you know, at the gym, then maybe it's better you do that, because then you spend this money on a membership and now you want to go to the gym 3 times a week. And I also think just having that commitment with your trainer, like, I know I have an appointment today at 5 p.m. I need to go. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a trainer. It could be your friend, your neighbor, your sister, you know, just having that commitment, like, we are supposed to meet at the gym at 3, or I'm supposed to be at my friend's house because we are working out in her garden tonight, or like 7 p.m. or whatever. That commitment and just, you know, having that appointment with someone is automatically motivating you to show up.
From this talk, I'm getting the sense that actually achieving the goal is mostly about the mindset rather than the actual workouts.
Yes, it really is. It really, you know, it's all about the mindset, like how much you really want it. And I think once the hardest is, let's say, the first 3 weeks, I would say, when you're really trying to create that routine of working out. But I think once sorry, I do have chickens in the neighborhood.
No, it's cool.
The first 2 weeks is like the hardest, because your body is not used to it, your mind is not used to it, you're trying to build up the routine, your body feels tired. But I think once you go through the first 3-4 weeks, and this routine slowly starts becoming, you know, your everyday life, it's much easier. And then also once you see small results like 1 kilogram or 2 kilograms, or maybe there's a line here that was not there before, but now you can see it. Like once you start seeing these results, it's automatically motivating you, and you become hungry for more.
Yeah.
So, and then there's also this part of like, you know, the first time you're doing push-ups and you've never done them before, it's such a struggle. It's a nightmare, like, you know, going through these first 5 push-ups, especially for women, because our upper bodies are not very strong. But, you know, like, you see that every week it becomes easier. And then you feel like, okay, after 3 weeks, I'm actually able to do these 6 push-ups. And then in your mind, you start feeling so much stronger, that it's not really just about the physical. It's your mind that is actually pushing you to do that one more push-up. So it's really, really all about the mindset, and you do need a little bit of time to get used to it and create that routine. Yeah. But once you're able to do that, it's really, really powerful.
You're really good to go. Huh? Okay, so let's talk about limiting beliefs. Some of the limiting beliefs that most people actually come to you with around fitness.
So there was a few things that I've noticed, especially in Uganda. And I think you are mainly on the Ugandan market. So let me, which I'm also trying to, you know, enter much more into. So let me say a few things that I've heard in Uganda. So there is this belief that if a woman does strength training and lifts, she's going to look like a man. So I noticed that women in Uganda offer, and you know, attend dance classes, aerobics, and then like the, you know, like all the treadmills in the gyms are taken by women, because you know, they're running and they're walking. So there is this belief, which is not, I wouldn't say it's a limiting belief, it's just a misconception that women think that they're going to end up looking like men. And it is very incorrect. For a woman to end up looking like a man, it's a very, very long process. So you imagine a fitness bikini model, what is called bikini fitness model, you know, where she has all these muscles visible. So for a woman like that, it takes like a good year of constant work. It's like a full-time job where you have to work out 6 times a week. You have to pretty much eat. You have to measure every grain of your rice, every piece of your chicken. Like if it says 100 grams of chicken, you can't eat 110. So it's like a really, really strict life that a woman has to, you know, follow for like a minimum a year to actually be able to look a certain way. And a lot of women in Uganda believe that, oh, if I'm going to lift 20 kilo right here, right now, tomorrow I'm going to have these huge biceps, you know? When it comes to limiting beliefs, I think a lot of people have, you know, at the very, very beginning of the journey, where you start the first, the second, the third time you're training, and you simply can't, like, you can't lift anything, you can't do 15 squats, you know, you're doing 8 and you're dying. And, you know, a trainer is telling you to do push-ups and you can't even do 2 push-ups. You have to go down on your knees. I think there is, at the very, very beginning, for many people, they simply don't believe that they can do it. And, you know, it's been ages, maybe it's been months or years that you haven't been working out. So how all of a sudden you're supposed to be able to take 15 push-ups or lift 20 kilograms in whatever exercise? So a lot of people give up at the beginning because they try and they're like, oh, I can't. But it really is about, you know, consistency, and I think they're singing the chickens. So it's really about,
they're really agreeing to what you're saying right now.
Yeah, really consistency and showing up and doing the work. And you will notice that the 4th time is much easier than the 3rd time. Your 7th training is going to be nothing compared to the 1st one. So you just have to believe that it is going to get easier, and it's going to get, you know, you're going to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what can I expect working with a partner? Like, I've had so many people talking about their personal trainers and stuff like that, but personally, I've never had one, so that's why I'm asking.
So, I believe there are as many ways as trainers in the world. Like, I'm sure that you'll find a different trainer just in the next neighborhood, and they will do a different thing that I'm doing, right? Because we're all different and we have different tools that we work with, and different ways how we work with our clients. But let me speak for myself. What you'll get from working with me, and I believe other trainers as well, is first of all the support in terms of, like, when you're trying to go through these 10 push-ups and you know you already took 6 and you're like, I can't anymore, that trainer will stand there and he'll be like, you can 4 more, 3 more. And it's just, you know, some people might think that my job is easy, I'm just standing there and counting. But the support that I'm giving to that person, right, being able for them to believe in themselves, to really push through and take these 4 extra push-ups, is really just, you know, giving them that support and the power of them believing in themselves. So there's the support, there's also the guidelines. So, you know, even if you find a workout video on YouTube and you've never trained before, there's a very high chance that half of the exercises that you're doing, you're not going to be doing them perfectly and correctly. And there's very simple things as the position of your knee or of your elbow, and you can very easily injure yourself if you're not paying attention. And especially if you haven't trained before, and maybe the workout video that you're following is with music, and maybe the trainer is not explaining the technique, you know, very much, then it is very easy to injure yourself. So the second thing that I would say you get from working out with a trainer is, you know, the guidelines, the safety, because the trainer is really showing you how you're supposed to perform, how you're supposed to do certain exercises so that you don't injure yourself. Then you also have the support outside of the gym. This is what I do with my clients. I'm not available only Tuesday at 7 p.m. but on a Wednesday morning, you can, you know, if we're working together, then on a Wednesday morning, you are very welcome to text me on WhatsApp and be like, you know what, I had a horrible night. I can't go to the gym, or you know what, I just did something terrible and I had chocolate. And I'll be there to support you. I'll be there to do this pep talk for you. And, you know, I'll be like, you know what, it's okay, you had chocolate. We're all human beings. Consider that your cheat meal. But now for the next 7 days, let's kick ass, let's work out, you know. So there is this kind of support as well. And many times you feel like your clients also need you for that. It's not just the working out part, but also that push, you know, that motivation. And I feel like these are the great things that you can get from working with a personal trainer.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So before I actually open, I just want to end with this question. Then we open it up for everyone to just ask their question right now. Which one is more important to you? Is it physical fitness or nutrition for you?
For me, I can't choose. For me, they're equally important, because as I told you, the nutrition is a little bit more important when it comes to gaining results, right? But then I cannot imagine just eating healthy and not moving my body. And I noticed that sometimes I can go for, like, you know, we're all human beings. So even trainers are human beings, which means I do not work out every single day. I don't work out every single week. I do have periods where, like now during the lockdown, you know, the first part of the lockdown, I've been super motivated. I started a group on Facebook called Health and Fitness in Uganda. Guys, if you want to join, please find us on Facebook. And where we would, like me and my husband, we would train with people like almost every day, every second day, do live workouts and train with people. And then, you know, halfway through the journey, it's not just the people who lost motivation as the lockdown was being extended, but even me as a trainer, I just lost this motivation. You're at home all the time, you can't get out. So even when I lose my motivation and I have like maybe even a month where I'm not working out, I feel my body. Like, you know, I'm climbing up the stairs and I feel like I'm out of breath. And I'm like, really? It's been only 4 weeks. Or I wake up in the morning and I have back pains. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but why? And it's pretty much just because I'm not working out and I'm not using my muscles, I'm not using my body. So, you know, after me being active for so many years, I quickly noticed the difference when I'm not working out. And then when it comes to food, it's the same. When Christmas comes, I go all in. I don't remember what kind of job I'm doing. I don't remember that I'm a trainer anymore. For this like entire week, I eat, I drink, I have my sweets, and then after like 3, 4, 5 days, you just feel so heavy. You can't even fall asleep because your stomach is so full. So there's so many benefits from both that I simply can't choose one over the other. They are equally important when it comes to me.
They're important. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. So I'll probably just tell you about the audience that we have here. Most of them are entrepreneurs, and of course, there's something that one of my coaches told me at a point, and I felt that it was really key. He said, you can't have wealth without health. Like
Yeah.
it's really, really important, because what does 2 billion mean? You having the money, but then you don't have the health. You're actually in bed, you're sick, you can't actually live,
Yeah.
so it's really, really important. But I just want to open up the chat. If we have any questions,
Can I have a comment to what you just said?
yeah, add a comment to that.
Yeah, so I love that saying that health is wealth. And you see, especially entrepreneurs, I believe, people are just hungry for money, and you keep on working, you work your ass off, sorry for my words, but you keep on, working and working your ass off just to get more money and more, things, and buy more things. And you keep on saving, like, oh, I want to build a house, I want to buy a car, and you keep on just working. And then, when it comes to 50, and then like now, I don't know what the situation is in Uganda. You probably have more savings than what is it called, the retirement benefits from the government. But in Europe, that is a thing. People keep on saving and keep on working, so they have their retirement benefits and they have their savings. But if you've been working so much in your life and you never made time to actually take care of your health, once you grow old, all these diseases come. And all this money that you've been saving all your life, instead of spending on pleasure, you start spending on medicine. So, at the end of the day, like, what is the point?
That is so sad. That is so sad.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll give you a relation, a correlation when it comes to mindset. Because most of the people that I've actually seen, most of my friends who have really taken fitness as one of their goals, and one of the things that they actually take up as really important, they end up actually, because they built up the consistency with the mindset of actually going through to actually make it a routine, they end up actually becoming pretty successful,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for me, that's why I'm fired up. I'm more fired up now to actually start working out. And
You're not working out.
I look fit, yeah.
I don't know. I can only see your head.
You see the body. Don't worry. So, guys, if you have any questions right now, would be the nice time. You can just drop your question before I let Klaudia go. Yeah.
Go ahead, guys. This is your time. So go ahead and ask.
Yeah. But so Klaudia, what was that Facebook group you talked about again? That they
so Facebook group is called Health and Fitness Uganda. So you just type that in Facebook search, and hopefully that will be the first group that will pop up, Health and Fitness Uganda. And we did a workout this morning at 9 a.m. We did a workout Friday morning at 9 a.m. I'm just trying to kickstart it again after people, lost motivation during the lockdown. So I'm trying to kickstart it again. And we've had a few people working out with me Friday and Sunday. And I normally save the workout. So even if you can't make it this morning at 9 because you're at work or it's too early or whatever, I always save the video so you can always come back during the day and do it whenever it fits you, or even the day after. Yeah, so it's not like this live that will disappear in 24 hours.
No, I usually also keep the replays, so that they can actually look at them. So someone just asked a question. They say, how many times a week do you recommend we should work out?
So I think like the minimum is 3 times a week for about like 45 minutes. And that is if you really want to see some results, right? I'm not saying that if you only have time to work out once or twice, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because anything is better than nothing. But if you really want to see some results, then I think like 3 times should be a minimum. If you can make it 4 times, that's perfect. But I know not everyone can. So the minimum I would say it's like 3 times.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the only question we had. So I think I should close this.
Ask more questions.
I'm also curious. I'm like, hey, I've asked all the questions I had, and I'm wondering. By the way, maybe on the flip side, as we wait for more questions, you can just tell me about, because there are people who are actually trying to become fitness trainers and life coaches just like you around health. What advice can you literally give to someone who's actually starting out in that way?
Learn, educate yourself as much as you can. When it comes to, such fields like life coaching or training or fitness or nutrition, there's new things, new tools coming out all the time. So I remember when I was just getting my education to become a trainer, there was this thing of like teenagers are not allowed to do strength training because the body is still developing. But then a few years later, it was just very recent, a few years ago, where new research has been done, and teenagers from the age of like 14, I believe, are now allowed to do strength training, but there are certain things that they shouldn't be allowed to do. So there is like new researches being done all the time on a regular basis. There's new tools, there is new workout tools, there's new methods, new diets, even like there's so many things coming up all the time that I would recommend whoever wants to be in that field to really stay updated. Like recently I saw there is this hammock something yoga where they hang you, and like these weird things where you can do hanging yoga. Like I've never seen that before, and it's a new concept, right? There is like in Denmark where I used to live, there is a big thing for TRX training, which is suspension. It's like these 2 yellow strips hanging from from the ceiling. And I come to Uganda, and not many people know that, and you can actually do a full body training just using that one thing. And so there's like constantly new things being discovered and done. So what I would definitely recommend people in that field to do is to really educate yourself and make sure that at least maybe every second or every third month you actually spend like half a day and try to learn new things, like what's out there in the fitness world, what's out there in the health world. When it comes to life coaching, there are all these different tools that you can also use. And things are being done and discovered all the time. So just stay updated. Stay updated. Yeah.
We have a couple of questions here. So one of the first question is, do home workouts without equipment produce the same results as gym workouts, which involve equipment?
I think yes and no. So depending what your goals are, right? When it comes to maybe burning fat and losing fat, you have to do a lot of cardio training, but also strength training will help you to turn fat into muscles, which might mean that the process will be a little bit faster if you're doing it at the gym. But even at home, it doesn't matter, you don't have the equipment. Maybe you have to do a little bit of more cardio workouts at home, and maybe just adjust your diet a little bit differently. So maybe you eat less carbs than if you were doing strength training and lifting weights at the gym. So I would say yes and no, but it also depends on your diet, right? So I wouldn't recommend having the exact same diet for a person who's working out at home and a person who's working out at the gym. But it doesn't mean you can't lose weight, you know, working out at home. When it comes to muscle building though, home workouts might be a little bit more tricky to gain that muscle mass, but you can always, you know, try to either get some maybe weights or kettlebells for your home workouts. Or I remember at the beginning of the lockdown, my husband actually got jerry cans just on the street, you know, the big 10 liters jerry cans. He filled them up with water and used that to, you know, to do some press-ups and other exercises. So there's always a way how you can substitute the equipment that you might not, you know, have at home, or maybe you can't afford buying that.
Yeah. So there's another question here. It's about stretching. When and how much would you stretch? For example, after or before a workout, or independently from working out?
So I would definitely recommend always doing it after workout, but I'm a big fan of stretching, and I also do it independently. Like, you'll often see me in the morning, just after I wake up, I do like 15-20 minutes. And that is mainly because my body is used to a physical activity, and my muscles gets very tensed and very tightened sometimes. Also because I work a lot on my computer in this position, you know, and then I get the tension in my upper back, in my shoulders. So I do it just separately. And I even sometimes when I'm in the zone, I even do it every single day. Sometimes if I need to, I do it twice a day, like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. But I definitely recommend doing that after working out to, you know, really relax the muscles after an intense workout. That's like the minimum. I definitely, like, if you're training with me, I can't let you go home without stretching at the end. And some people might find it very boring, but it's really beneficial, and it's really important to stretch. So if you have the patience, and if you have, everyone can have time, you can make time, even 5 minutes a day. So if you have the patience, just if you can make it separately for like 10-15 minutes, even just put something on Netflix, and rather than you sitting on the couch, just sit on the floor and do a few stretches. That is perfect.
That's awesome. So they just asked me one extra question. Do you have to warm up your muscles for stretching?
I normally don't, but that is because I don't make time. But so what I normally do, because, you know, whatever it is, if it's stretching or if it's a workout, a cardio workout, it is important to actually do warm up, because your muscles have been cold, you haven't been moving, maybe you've been, you know, sitting in the car driving, or sitting on the couch watching something or working, then your body is still, your body is not really ready for this, you know, very active movement. So when it comes to stretching, I normally don't warm up my body, but so what I do, in order not to injure myself, I start with my stretching, but I don't go all the way in, right? So if I'm stretching my legs, let's say, I will not I will not pull my forehead all the way to my knees. If I just started, I'll slowly, you know, like go halfway and then push it a little bit further, so my muscles slowly start, you know, being activated and can feel that now we are being used, now something is happening, so it's not a shock. So I just do it slowly. But if you have the time and you can do a warm-up, I would definitely recommend that.
All right, so our final question is here. How best can we do strength training at home, especially for those that have no equipment at home? I believe you answered this a bit, but maybe you can just a bit.
So first thing I would say, please join Health and Fitness Uganda on Facebook and work out with me. Then you can get some inspiration on how you can do some strength training at home. Second thing, if you can get very simple equipment like resistance bands, and I wish I had them with me so I could show you guys. I have a few at home, but if you can get like maybe 1, 2, 3 resistance bands, they're not very expensive. Because this is, should I run and show you guys? Should I run for them?
Okay.
All right, give me a second. So I have these ones here, which I was using this morning. Like one like this, with 2 handles or whatever you call them, which is giving you some sort of resistance, right? It's not the same as the weights or the machines that you are using at the gym, but you know, it's still giving you some resistance when you're training your muscles. So if you can get maybe 1 or even 2, because they always come with different resistance level, and then if 1 becomes too light, you can always start using 2 to get it to make it a little bit harder. And then there's also like a loop one, which I couldn't find quickly in my room, but it's pretty much like a loop like this. And this you can pretty much use for your leg workouts, even arm workouts. So if you can maybe get 1 of each, they're not very expensive. That can like take your strength training at home to like another level. And then maybe just, you know, using water bottles as hand weights or jerry cans of like 5-10 kilograms. That can definitely help you a little bit out. You don't need to buy the entire gym and put it in your room. You can just have like 2-3 things, and that should be enough. But if you need inspiration, please join Health and Fitness Uganda on Facebook and come work out with me.
Definitely. I'm actually joining it right after this call. Health and Fitness Uganda. Yeah, others, Klaudia, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for actually making the time and actually sharing all that
You're welcome.
This is so valuable. I'm definitely sidebarring you for more. Yeah. So guys,
Thank you
definitely
very much.
thanks for actually joining the live. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so
sorry, I didn't want to disturb you, but thank you very much. It was definitely a pleasure. Thanks for the invitation, and I hope that it's been, you know, useful and to some extent inspirational for people watching. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to follow me and DM me. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to share my knowledge and some of the tools that I might have for you guys.
All right. Thank you. Someone just dropped another question.
All right, quickly, last one.
Okay, last one. Can I still work out when my muscles are a bit sore, or should I pause? Should I continue to work out when my muscles are sore? Should I pause?
So the thing is, if you work out the first time, right? If you've never worked out before, or you had a very long break, and then you worked out that one time, then it's really important for you to actually work out maybe the day after or 2 days after, rather than wait a whole week, because your muscles are not used to it. You just shocked your body, you shocked your muscles, and they are in pain because you worked out. And now the longer the break, the more pain you will actually have. So if you will take a whole week, you know, without working out, you'll have pains for the next like 5, 6, or even 7 days, because your body is not used to it. But if you're at the level where you're training 4 times a week, then of course you might be feeling, you know, muscle pain. But as long as you're willing to recognize whether it's just your